All right. There's only a couple of us on here, but we'll get started and I'll record it to send it out to everybody else. This shouldn't take very long, 15 minutes maybe. Just wanted to give you guys the information about the show and sale, and what to expect and what to know. So if I can get, there we go. So the show details, our show is September 14th. It is here at the 4-H and Ag Pavilion, which is 280 Bryan Road in Rutledge. We will start checking in at 9:15 and then we will start our show at 10. After our show happens, we will give out awards and then we will have an auction to follow that. So make sure that you come prepared to be here for a little bit. We will be selling breakfast out of our kitchen here. Our our grill master team will be supplying that breakfast. So we'll have biscuits and gravy and things like that. So come ready to eat breakfast and to be here for just a little bit to watch our show and then see the auction to follow that. So how should you prepare for this show? What should you expect? Pick 3 hens that are going to be judged together. So we are judging these as a lot, not as individual chickens. So pick 3 that are very similar in size. The more similar they are, the better they're going to do. Bring your chickens in whatever you've got. If it's a box, if it's a crate, whatever, that's fine. But we do have these crates, as you can see here in this top picture, that we'll move them into for our show and sale. As a 4-H'er, be prepared to talk to the bidders. They're going to want to know where their chickens are coming from. They're going to want to talk to you about your projects. So know how old your chickens are, know what they're eating, know if they're laying eggs yet or not. So be prepared to talk to that person because they're probably going to want to know a little bit about your chickens and your project and you as a 4-H'er. So just be prepared for that. I know talking to people is scary, but it's good experience for later in life. We will also have something new this year. We're going to do a record book class. So back at our first chick chain meeting or when you received your chickens, you should have got a record book. It was mostly financial records that was in this book. So make sure you've kept up with those and then bring that back while they're judging the chickens out in the show and sale. We'll bring those record books in here in our pavilion and judge those. They will also be added to a placing. So your class placing and your record book placing will be added together for a premier exhibitor. And this is the reason why that is important. So we are going to give out prizes for record books, premier exhibitor, and classes. So just for bringing your record book back, you're going to get $10. Everybody that does that is going to get $10. Everybody that brings their chickens back is going to get $10. But then as placings go, so third, second, and first, $15, $25, and then $50. And then on top of that, if you win Premier Exhibitor, you will get $75. So there's a good chance for you to bring home a little bit of money from the show as well as the auction. So make sure that everything is brought back and is in good order. Those record books were very much an older book. So if you put it on a different page or whatever like that, that's fine. Or if you use the record book, that's okay too. So how is an auction going to work? We will auction off our hens in pens of 3. This is a correction from the letter. When we sent the letter out, it said 4, but from our original meeting, we had planned on 3. So we will auction our hens off in groups of 3. So if they're auctioned off and they say $15, then that's $15 times 3. So they're auctioning them as price per bird. So a minimum bid will be $10. So everybody will bring home at least $30 for their chickens. And all of this money is going to go directly to the 4-H'er. So in past years, we've done it where we kept the money and you guys just got prize money. But this year, since you paid for your birds ahead of time, we are going to let you keep that money from those birds. So we will make sure that our buyers have cash or check or a way to pay you that is okay with you guys. And as a 4-H'er, make sure that you are inviting buyers. So talk to people about your chick chain project. Talk to them about coming out to our auction on the 14th and being with us and buying some of these chickens that you guys have worked so hard on over the last couple months. So just a reminder, check-in is at 9:15, and the show starts at 10. So if you get here at 10, You're gonna delay our show and sale just a little bit, so make sure that you show up at 9:15 or as close to 9:15 as possible. Show starts at 10 and then our auction will follow. Plan to stay here for that because sometimes our buyers will buy chickens and then send them back home with the kids. If that's not something that you want to do, that's okay, but stick around until the end of the auction because there is a likelihood that your chickens could come back home with you. Does anybody have any questions or anything that they need me to answer about the chick chain show and sale? Now's the time to do that. If not, I don't have much for you today. I just really wanted you to kind of see and know what to expect. So like we said, as preparing for the show, 3 hens that are similar in size. I know they're all the same age, but just try to look at them all together. Doesn't have to be your favorite 3, just in case somebody does buy them and take them home with them. Keep your favorites at home. But 3 hens, similar size, developmentally. If they're laying eggs, maybe bring some eggs to put on top of the crate with them so that people know. So up here in this top picture, you can see somebody's brought their eggs with their chickens. They should be laying or about to start laying. So it's a good likelihood that before the 14th, they will start laying eggs. Otherwise, that was really short, but that's kind of all I've got just to make sure that everybody is prepared. Feel free to call, come by, whatever questions you've got, we will answer them. But otherwise, have a great rest of your day and thank you all for getting on.
Thank you, Haley.